Twin, we are back with another reaction video. We are back with another food reaction video. Someone sent me this video, said, hey, react to this because this is one of their favorite places to eat street food from. So if you ate here before, let me know. And if you plan on going to this after you watch this video, let me know. And before we jump in the video, if you're new to the channel, please like, please subscribe, and please leave a comment because guess what? I love talking back to you guys. So let's jump into the video and let's look at the food in South Africa.
South Africa is a complicated country with a dark past. Even though apartheid ended nearly 30 years ago, its echoing effects can still be seen in the underdeveloped, once racially segregated, urban areas known as townships.
What is a township?
You'll be put here and then you'll work in the mines or the factories and that type of things. Like a settlement. So maybe if you had more money, you'll live in a different area. But it's basically a place you were just put there. It's not like a place you chose to come to.
Over time, townships became known for innovating unique street foods. What people lacked in resources, they made up for with creativity and skill.
So we have a base of toasted bread, and then I'm not sure, I probably explained it in the voiceover. There's a lot going on here.
This morning, we're starting out in the township of Alexandra, one of the poorest urban areas in the entire country. Here, scarcity is a fertilized bed for creativity. Proven by the food you'll soon see. This is River Park Cafe, located on the periphery of Alexandra.
This is how I usually make my entrance.
Okay.
No, not really. Not really.
Joining me, my companion for the day, fried chicken expert and restaurateur, Andrew. Next to him, restaurant owner, Chef Zanel. They both grew up in townships. She grew up here in Alexandra.
Is this what you would normally serve one person?
Yeah.
I thought you were doing this for the show. This is ridiculous. It's huge.
This is Chef Janelle's signature, stewed sheep tripe and intestines, or mohodu. Her recipe actually starts with more cleaning than cooking.
You have to make sure that you wash it, wash it, wash it, wash it, so that when you eat it, you just don't feel the sand or the little rocks in the mouth.
Next, she boils it for 2 hours.
The mohodu has to be soft, very soft.
And then the taste. Do you want it to taste gamey or not? Because it smells. Like it has some power to it. That's desirable, right?
Yes.
The ingredients are cut into bite-sized pieces and tossed back in the pot. The chef adds beef stock.
I think in one of my earlier videos, I don't know if you guys seen it, but definitely go back because I have done a video on South Africa reacted to food. I don't eat meat. I don't have a problem with eating meat, but it came from when I was in the United States Army and I served in Afghanistan, so I got a bacteria. So I don't have any problem with people eating meat. I'm not one of those vegetarians. However, when I did eat meat, I did not eat intestines. That's something I don't find desirable. And I know a lot of places around the world, and even here in southern parts of America, they do eat it. But it's not desirable, but he's about to eat it. But you guys tell me what it tastes like. And he says gamey. I don't understand what gamey means. Does it taste fresh like it was just killed? So you guys let me know what the gamey mean when he says that.
And white pepper. After another hour of stewing, it's ready to serve.
And then you have this on the side. You call it a dumpling. Growing up, I think my mom would call this like a popover.
Flour, yeast, sugar, salt, butter, and sliced carrots come together in a dough. Let it rise into a bubbly mass and load it into muffin trays. Steam for 30 minutes to achieve this fluffy, cloud-like dumpling.
I love the texture of it. It's like big, steamy, and soft. Oh my, this is so good. So we take that, we put it into the sauce. Oh yeah, super savory gravy. It's interesting, it does have kind of a wild, sheepy taste to it, but really good. It's got personality. It's not one of the chicks that holds the suitcase in Deal or No Deal, it's Howie Mandel. So we try the meat now.
It's definitely tender.
Yeah, very nice, soft texture.
But once you get into it, you forget about the gamey smell.
And I don't mean it as an insult. It's like, it has a gamey smell to it, but then when you eat it, it's like cheese. It might smell strong, but you eat it and it tastes delicious. So how long have you been cooking this recipe here?
10 years, and we keep on improving it.
Chefs.
So I guess gamey is the smell of it. So what does it smell like? Because he described it of smelling cheese. Cheese stink, and it's no disrespect to anybody's food, but most of the time cheese stinks. So when he saying that you're once you start to eating it, the smell goes away. Is it something that does smell? Because here in the South, they do eat intestines and it stinks. It really do stinks. So is it an acquired taste? Is it like a smell that once you get past the smell, it tastes good? You guys let me know.
Chef Zanelle took over a small eatery from her mother in deep Alexandra. 4 years ago, she moved it here.
I find when people say deep here, it has a certain meaning. What do you mean when you say deep?
It's deep because that's where you go into the core of Alexandra. You know, it's the Gomorrah part of Alexandra.
Gomorrah, the deep, or the belly, the core of the township, where all the social issues erupt amid people densely packed against one another. It's where Zanelle grew up.
Sometimes we don't have water and also electricity, and sometimes I feel like they've neglected us so much. There's too many potholes, and also many of the youth here, they're not working. So when it comes to employment, it's very rough. And also that gives rises to crime. So there's too many challenges around here.
Do you think Alex is safe?
It's not safe.
It's not safe.
Yeah.
More than 60% of Alexandra's households earn less than $2,300 a year. Only 5 clinics cater to almost 180,000 residents. Having a stable life here is like standing in quicksand. But Zanelle is proof that anything is possible.
In my family, most of them, they didn't finish school, but then I made it a point that I myself, I'm just gonna challenge myself and go even further, you know, by acquiring a diploma in civil engineering.
But this is what you love, and this is what you want to pursue.
Yeah, I always told God that I want to open my restaurant one day, and I was saving money until it came to fruition.
Do you think there's a lot of people here who feel defeated?
Yeah, there's too much.
There's a lot of people.
There's too much, too many.
To better understand the inner workings of Alex, Andrew and I head deeper into the densely packed belly of this township. The population of Alexandra is 4 times more than its infrastructure was designed for.
It's congested, you know, a lot of people from different places occupying the same space, so it's definitely hard.
With the area so densely populated, folks here struggle with low water pressure, sewer blockage, and flooding.
When I see a place like this, I'm looking around, I see kind of improvised homes, borrowed wood, corrugated steel, kind of a patchwork to make these small spaces where people live in now. But I gotta say, the mood here, much lighter than I expected. As people are shooting here, as people visiting, you can walk through. See, this is what I'm talking about. This woman lives here. She's literally trying to duck through our shot. We came here, of course, we asked permission, but people are so accommodating, welcoming. This is what they have, and they're open and willing to share it.
The word I use is Ubuntu, like people coming together and trying to make a space work. So people are definitely from different environments, from different places, and they just try to make things work.
When it comes to the townships, do you think the townships are responsible for creating their own types of unique food and cuisine?
Township food is basically a amalgamation of a lot of things in terms of culture, in terms of where you're from, and in terms of survival. A good example of that would be the slide.
I think we should find that.
I know a couple of places, but I'll take you to one.
Slide. It's a guilty pleasure bordering on vice, an unhealthy heap of delicious deep-fried processed food. The recipe here kicks off with bologna and salami on sandwich bread, then a fried egg, another slice of bread, cheese, and a burger patty smothered with barbecue sauce. Cap it with a 3rd slice of bread, but don't stop there. Load the boat with Russian sausage, Vienna sausage, and well-seasoned French fries. You can find this calorie bomb exclusively here in Alexandra. The cost for all this, $1.50.
So how would you approach eating this? Because there's so much food here, I don't even know how to fit this in my face.
So you go into the middle part, and then you just grab it where you can, and you just bite the middle. Most of the time, the middle.
Oh, you're going directly in the middle?
I'll go straight in the middle.
We have no tissues. You know what? Let's go for it. Delicious processed meats. So salty. I just got my sodium for the week.
This is something that keeps you away from home for a day, because that's what you want to do. You want to drink and have more. It's a Russian sausage. It's a pork sausage what's been smoked. No relation to Russians.
No.
And this is very similar. It's a Vienna, like a hot dog sausage.
So what they've done is, I think they've taken pretty cheap ingredients and they've prepared them the best way possible.
Yes.
So if you have a cheap kind of sausage like this, you don't want to just boil it in some water.
No.
It's going to be limp.
And water will take the flavor out as well.
But if you fry it, you crisp it up, you give it some texture, and then you just have a little burst of flavor each bite. How many calories do you think are right here? It strikes me when I come to places like this, some people use the word slum, especially for parts of it.
Yeah.
Is slum a bad word?
The word slum, it is derived from a bad word, but at the same time, it also shows your struggles and the diversity, and it's like a story, you know, from the slums to the hood, you know, it's just a story to it.
Andrew is no stranger to adversity. He was born and bred in Soweto, the biggest township in South Africa. He took himself from entry-level restaurant gigs to starting his own business, dishing out some of the best fried chicken in town. Now, he lives in the city, but he still visits Soweto to experience the unique township food he grew up on. Like this stuff, a meaty favorite we're gonna try soon.
So, Soweto, I'm told it's a huge township.
Yes, it is. Originally, people came from different areas from the country and were settled here.
Soweto was one of many hundreds of townships created under the infamous Group Areas Act, implemented by the apartheid government. The act removed thousands of non-whites from most developed areas and assigned them to separate townships depending on their race, black, colored, or Indian. Today, Soweto is home to over 1.2 million people, 98% of those being black Africans.
So where are we right now?
Right now, we're in the DK, Deep Blue, in the cultural markets. This is a very popular market in Soweto.
In this corner of Soweto, you'll find rows of storage sheds that have transformed into an improvised market. Folks here sell live chickens, beer by the carton, and food of all kinds. While our meat is getting ready to heat up, Andrew has invited me to one stall for an appetizer.
I'm told these are called rocks. I mean, you could build a house with this.
But you eat it.
But you could also eat it.
This is calabash chalk, a type of edible clay found mainly in West African countries.
So they break it into smaller pieces, take it, and they just put it in their mouth.
Okay, I'm gonna take a smaller piece. I don't want to be rude. Am I rude if I put the dirt back on the ground?
No,
I spit a little
dirt.
out.
That's where it comes from. So
Oh,
you put it
okay.
on the floor.
It actually has a
So this is actually pretty funny. We have Native American and Cherokee Indians from Gwinnett County, Duluth, Georgia. So you go back and look at the history of Duluth, Georgia, and the Cherokee Indians. The land was there, and that's where my family on my mother's side originated from. And she told me about my grandmother. Her mother was half Cherokee and half white, and they used to go on side of hills and eat Georgia red clay. And this reminds me of that. They just told me they used to go and get like spoons, and sometimes they, I guess, get iron or whatever. That's something they used to do back in the day, eating Georgia red clay. And I have not heard or anybody ever said that besides what my mom was telling me until now. So that just brought back a memory that I had from like my childhood of hearing stories of them going to the side of a hill and eating Georgia red clay. And this is exactly what you guys are doing is eating it in a harder form. But yeah, very interesting that a lot of people do stuff all over the world similar. So my ancestors that are Native Americans used to do this, and the ancestors that are actually African do the same stuff.
It's a nice texture. When you chew it, it's like
But you're not supposed to chew it. You're supposed to suck it.
oh, terrible texture for chewing.
So because it's clay, what happens is it's gonna melt in your mouth.
It's like cake to my teeth right now. It has kind of a fun, silty texture. I don't hate it. I've had something similar in other countries, but it's much more sandy, and this is much less sandy. It's very fine. It just creates like a strange played-out texture stuck to the side of my teeth that slowly dissipates and gets swallowed over time.
In contrast to Haitian mud cookies, which are believed to compensate for a lack of nutrients, the calabash chalk is consumed by African women as a cure for pregnancy nausea.
Cool, so this is nice. We actually came here for meat. I was gonna say food. This is now food, but we came here for meat.
Just on the opposite side of the storage sheds, a clever twisted frame of corrugated steel and found materials, formed into a carnivore's paradise.
They have the menu on the wall. Some of these words I don't know. Itungo.
It's like sheep's head.
Okay. Papa.
Papa is pap, so it's maize.
And salad.
Today, we're going straight protein with beef liver and beef heart.
3, 2, 1.
The organs are sliced and tossed on the grill. Then comes a generous shower of seasonings. The hot and steamy organs are further chopped into smaller pieces and smothered with more spice, salt, and peri-peri sauce. On the side, salsa and achar.
I think we're gonna eat first and then we're gonna have a drink after that.
Okay, let's do it.
So I think start with the hot.
Oh, that's good.
It's still beefy. You know, even though you eat the cow's heart, it's still beefy.
There's no lack of flavor here. They've seasoned the heck out of everything here. Super salty. I'm gonna try to break it up with some of this. We got basically just a salsa, right?
Yeah, it's just onion, tomato, and chili.
Oh, that's nice.
It's fresh, almost cleans up so you can go again.
Or beer, a creamy brown sorghum beer.
It's a communal drink. You don't use a cup, so we're gonna have it through this plastic container over here.
Very creamy, fermented. It reminds me a little bit of Korean makgeolli, but more of a sorghum-y flavor.
Every culture has something similar to this. This is our version of that.
Well, I noticed here, it's like kind of offcuts, heart, liver, head. Is this food cheaper than like a steak?
Yes, it is cheaper.
So do you think that might be one reason that it's here?
It could be one of the reasons, but the main reason is to show that what type of man they are. Usually, man eats cow hearts and liver.
How important is that in a neighborhood like this to reinforce your identity?
It's important to show people who you are and how they perceive you. Image is everything. It's just the way they class themselves.
I mean, now you live in the city, but when you lived in Soweto, did it matter more?
Yeah, I did. You know, if you look cool, you get all the girls.
I gotta try this. Oh wait, I'm married. Now I'm ready for the liver, and this is loaded with seasoning. Oh, yeah.
It's not gamey, it's clean.
Beef liver, easy to make it very dry and just borderline uneatable, chalky. This is really soft, almost like a little pate.
These guys grow tons of this type of meat. They know exactly how to cook it.
I'm curious, you know, yesterday I ate a lot of different street food throughout Johannesburg, and I can see that people here really like and appreciate meat. But in a place like this, in Soweto, or in this part of Soweto, what kind of meat is most available?
Chicken. Chicken is very popular. It's the daily staple around a lot of our communities. Then processed meats are big, as you're gonna see.
Compared to Alexandra, Soweto is a wide-ranging township. Here you'll find densely populated, improvised slums, rows of cookie-cutter homes, and modern suburbs. The food is equally wide-ranging. From nose-to-tail street-side dining to vibrant bistros like this. Here, they're selling the Soweto signature, a prize many travelers hunt for. They called it kota.
So we have a base of toasted bread, and then I'm not sure, I probably explained it in the voiceover.
The kota starts with a whole freaking loaf of bread, cut into quarters, buttered up and toasted. Each toasted section is carved up to form a vessel. Now we must attend to the fillings.
Most kotas have the basics, what would be the chips, processed meat like bologna and Russian. But we've got a premium kota today.
Beef patties are grilled, and onion rings are battered and made crispy.
The kota is the brainchild of the bunny chow. So the bunny chow originates from Indian people who lived in Durban, and they used to have a curry inside. When people moved to Johannesburg, we adopted that style. But then we started putting our own spin on it.
Time for the bill. The hollowed bread is filled with French fries and topped with coleslaw. On top of that rises a tower of triple beef patties with layers of melted cheese. Cap it off with onion rings and garnish with pickles.
All right, show me how to eat this. Do you just go from top to bottom?
Because it's so big, I'm gonna take away the 2 burger patties.
Patties, put them on the side just temporarily.
Put the top on, smash it a bit, and try to get into it.
Oh, I like that. Handleability, 10 out of 10. We're having a real cultural moment right now.
It was fantastic.
Okay, we gotta hear your review.
I can taste the beef. This is definitely different because they're using like 100% pure beef on there. I like the fries. They're not thin. They're nice and thick and wide. And then the onion rings, crispy, thick, crunchy.
I love the garlic bread though. Essentially like a garlic toast as buns. So flavorful. I'm gonna try just the patty here. Oh, that's a good patty. Super juicy. The fat ratio, it's a nice ratio. Oh my God. You know how much this one costs?
$4.80.
This is ridiculous. For $4.80, it looks like a hurricane came through. Going from Alex to here, it feels completely different. How would you describe the difference?
Alex still has new settlers. People are coming from outside Johannesburg and still moving into Alex. Soweto is more where people are generations and grandfather, my father, now me. This is a good community. It's more suburbish. Then we have places like Orlando West, Sofeni, Deep Kloof, Vilakazi Street where Nelson Mandela and Desmond Tutu used to live. So it's a diverse area.
When you look at the township, whether it's Alex or Soweto, what do you think are the biggest struggles people are facing there?
There's a lot of issues. Electricity, good roads, but opportunity is a big one.
For you, in your story, do you think opportunities were given to you or did you have to just make your own opportunities?
You know, the harder you work, the luckier you become. I washed dishes from the beginning. I moved around. I had to sleep on the road sometimes. And all the sacrifices brought me to where I was.
But you see so many people here who seem kind of deflated, like they've just been defeated. So what do you say to those people? I know you can't solve all these problems, but you know, when you come across people who just seem kind of defeated, they're like, it's a Tuesday, it's noon, I'm just gonna drink.
That's a sad story because you can't convince them there'll be a better day because they have to change before you can change them. The government can only do so much. A community can only do so much, but it's always up to the individual.
Beautiful. Andrew, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Can I have a sloppy handshake?
So I'm going to end it there. As you can see, the video ended. That last part that he spoke, the gentleman spoke, he said some words that I think should resonate with everyone. First he said was, the harder you work, the luckier you'll become. And if you don't understand what that means, you will never get it. You will have people pray, and pray to whatever God they believe in, and nothing happens or nothing will change in their life. But you would see somebody work so hard and never see when they're grinding, never see when they're up in the morning, never see when they go to sleep, and you will see them become so successful, and people would call it luck and would never understand that that person sacrifice was the other word that he said. Sacrifice a lot, save a lot, and do what they have to do so they can prepare for their life in the future. And if you do not sit down and say, hey, it's hard right now, but 1 year from now, 2 years, so on for now, my future self will be thanking me around this time because of what I'm going to do now, then you will never get it, and you will always complain about someone else. I get it. We all, no matter where we at, depending on your skin color and depending on what country you're from, we all start miles and miles and miles away from the start line. And we have to travel so long just to get to the finish line. And the finish line to me is when they put you in a coffin. The finish line is not to me if you made $1 million, $2 million. The finish line is when you're finished and they put you in the coffin. And you see a lot of people that like he said, would give up. And you can't do it for them. You cannot change their fortune for them. They have to be the one to do so. And yes, this video was about a lot of delicious looking food in South Africa, in this township. However, the last message that this gentleman said should resonate with anyone, no matter what country you're from, no matter where you're from. If you put in the hard work, you will be successful. If you try not to cut corners and you do it the right way, and if you search how do I get from point A to point Z, and if they follow these steps and do not cut corners, and you don't cut corners, you will become successful. And I'm not saying successful mean you need to be a multi-millionaire. Successful is whatever you deem it to be. If it is buying a house so that you can have some land and raise cattle, chickens, whatever, if that's successful to you, then let that be it. But his last message was probably the most powerful that I have seen, that I have reacted to in any video, because it does mean a lot, and it's the truth. My closing out, and I will land this plane. My wife will be a MD, medical doctor, next year around this time, and no one taught her or showed her how to do it. She had to research, and she had to take time. She had to sacrifice to be where she at right now, and next year we'll be calling her doctor, and she will be able to go off and do even more amazing thing with her life, because she had to put in hard work. She had to sacrifice. She's in her young 30s and missed out on a lot, but her future self, our future kids will be thanking her because of all the hard work that she put in. If that message that he said, the harder you work, the luckier you will become, if that did not resonate, go back, listen to it, and sit on it and meditate for a while, and you will finally get it. If that does something for you to help you put that one step forward to change your life, then I hope that this video did it for you. And I hope even my little monologue that I just did right now will help you out too. And I guess I will leave it there. What did you guys think of the video? I thought it was amazing, especially with this last part. It was really amazing. And if you're new to the channel, please don't forget to like, please don't forget to subscribe, and leave a comment in the chat, people. Leave a comment. Until next time, this was React with Rob, and I am out.